Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday so far. It is Memorial Day, so special shout out to anybody that's served in the armed forces or has had family members that have served in the armed forces. That service is much appreciated. Today's your day, and I'm thankful to be sharing it with you. And today what we're going to be talking about, after I sprinkle a little bit of this on there and then avalanches of prosperity and abundance, is 5 things that I'm actually thankful for when it comes to the coronavirus. So let's get into it. Obviously, the coronavirus, it did a lot of damage to this planet. I don't have to go into the extent of it. We all felt it in one way or another, whether it be loss of income, loss of a loved one, or just a whole shift in the way our society worked. But, or the way our society works, rather. But there are some things that I notice that I'm thankful for when it comes to this specific disease and what I've actually seen, and some takeaways that I'm actually thankful for. The first thing is that it brought people together. And here's what I thought was pretty cool. Before the coronavirus actually happened, we saw people, whether it would be them going on a date with somebody, or whether they were spending time with their family, or when they were just interacting with their friends, unfortunately, they were buried in their cell phones. They weren't really paying attention. They weren't in the moment building that human connection with that person that they were with at that time. Again, family member, relationship, friends, doesn't really matter. That's what society was before the coronavirus. What happened was, and this is what I noticed, is I noticed that once they started shutting things down, people started to take this time to come closer together and rebuild those human connections. So the example I'll give you is I've never seen as many people hiking during this time here in Arizona as I have seen before. I'm talking family members getting together, 5, 6, 7 family members at a time, getting together, hiking, going outside, walking around parks, and you don't see them on their cell phone. It was fantastic. And so that was something that prior to this whole pandemic, we were missing that human connection. And so that's one of the grateful things that I see, that I noticed, that I am very thankful that I saw it make an impact in regards to those relationships being fostered again. So that's the first, is that it woke people up. And here's what I mean by that. People started to realize that their rights were being infringed on, and they were starting to take action. Now, this is something that has been happening for quite some time. So our society, the way we've kind of looked at it, is there's an agenda that has been passed down through our political system for generations and generations and generations. Unfortunately, the way that we looked at it as a society was, well, if this isn't impacting me, I don't really care about the agenda. I'm just going to go and live my life. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to make money. I'm going to support my family, and I'm going to do it in the best way that I know how, which was fantastic. However, once people's rights started to be infringed on a little bit, people started to wake up, and they're like, okay, this agenda that's been going on for generations and generations and generations is something that needs to be changed, and we need to step up and take action. And we were seeing people who were having peaceful rallies. One of the examples I'll give you is in California. They would put up fences to keep people away from the beaches, and people would go to the beaches, take the fences down politely and say, listen, police officers, we know you have a job to do, but we're going to go to the beach. And peacefully, they would get their rights back. And this was something that before this coronavirus didn't happen before. Next is that it created opportunities. So what I mean by opportunities is, unfortunately, a lot of people did lose their livelihood. They lost their income. They lost their career. But what this really did was this gave people an opportunity to understand the trajectory of where business was going and how making money was going. And it gave them an opportunity to start reevaluating their situation and take opportunities that they otherwise would not have, because they were so in their career field, or they were so involved in what they were doing. So what this has really done is this has given people an opportunity to understand that there is more to life than what I've been seeing. And the good part is there's plenty of opportunity on this planet for me to make money, for me to make a livelihood, for me to make connections, for me to get better. And so what this really did was this allowed people the time to really take advantage of the situations that are in front of them and turn it into a good situation. So I thought that that was pretty cool. Next is a health consciousness. And this one I don't have to talk about too much. We saw it with the hand sanitizers, with the cleaning crews everywhere we go, with the masks, with the gloves, all of that stuff. But with health consciousness, what was fantastic about this is people started to put their health at the forefront of everything they did. The first thing that came to their mind when they would leave the house would be not only their health, but the health of others as well. And that's something that what that really did was that brought a lot of us together, because we've been so tied up with just ourselves and focusing on ourselves that we really never put anybody else in front of us. And we didn't really think about anybody else's health. We didn't really think about how we can help people create a more healthy environment. And so when this hit, more people were wearing masks, more sanitation crews came in to make sure grocery stores were clean. They put up signs to make sure that people were keeping health at the forefront of their mind. So health consciousness was huge as well. And finally what it did was it brought out the good in people, not only from a health consciousness standpoint, but a standpoint of people coming together and understanding that we're going to have to work as a team to get through this. And the example I'll give you is during this time, people were helping others get supplies that they didn't have access to. So things like water, things like hand sanitizer, things like toilet paper, things like food, things like, hey, if you need money, I'll help you during this time to get you through this interesting, ultimate, difficult and challenging time that we all went through as a planet and as a society. And another great example I'll give you is if you look at the videos in Italy. Italy was one of the most impacted countries, and they were locked down inside their house, but that didn't stop them from coming together. You would have people playing music on their patios and their balconies to neighbors to keep their spirits up. And it was things like that that people were doing that ultimately brought everybody together. Although this has been a time that has really tried us and challenged us as people and really changed our norm and our paradigm of society and what the future is going to look like for us, ultimately some great things came out of this, and I'm excited to see where they go. And so tell me what you think. What are your comments? What are some things that you observed that you believe are going to change our society for the better, and things that you observed during these hard times that made you feel grateful for what we were going through? And with that being said, I also want to thank you guys for the support on the channel. If you haven't, make sure you smash that subscribe button. It's right there. It's beautiful, it's shiny, it's abundant, it's prosperous, it's right there. Other than that, I hope you and your family stay safe. Again, thank you to all of the veterans. And as we celebrate this Memorial Day, we as a country are blessed to have you on our team and to be fighting for such a great country as well. So thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Peace.